Well, hello, hello. Cindy here, Bucklist Coach Web Show Live, and I am coming to you live from Southern California and North Dakota. We have Amy, CEO of National Day Calendar. Make sure you check out nationaldaycalendar.com. Also, nationalbucketlistday.com. It's that time of year, girl. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
How
So
is
let's
it
talk
going?
about National Bucket List Day. It all started from my idea of having National Networking Day. And you actually said that Bucket List Day was available. So let's kind of talk about the whole story behind that.
Okay, well, we were visiting one day and you were saying how it has always been a bucket list dream of yours to create a national day, both mostly to share your gratitude and how important it is to, get out there and live your life to the fullest. So we began working with it and you went through the process of application and approval. And um, we officially founded your day in 2023, I believe it was. So on April 24th, as of 2023, it is National Bucket List Day. And each year, you celebrate your National Day by creating a bucket list trip or adventure for people who want to join you, but you also encourage people to find their own bucket lists, whether or not it's something really small
Mm-hmm.
or doing something very extravagant, big. It all depends on the person. Bucket lists are not limited to travel. They could be anything. So after we finalized your day, we just kind of spread the word, help you spread the word. You do most of the legwork, I have to say, with your networking. Yeah, and you're pulling up the article and graphic that we have on our website. Contains a
Mm-hmm.
lot of fun information. It talks about small bucket lists, large bucket lists, and just the importance. Something you wanted to stress was the importance of enjoying your life, and finding adventure and living life to the fullest, but always being grateful for everything that you are able to do. So, in a nutshell, that's basically what Bucket List Day is.
Yes, and it's a way to celebrate others as well. So National
Yes.
Bucket List Day is just one day out of what 1,600 days in National Days calendar. So check out nationaldaycalendar.com. You could also go to nationaldaycalendar.com/shop. There's so many great little deals that you can wear. I mean, we have like T-shirts, we have
Yeah.
mugs. There's a variety
Yeah.
of socks there.
I'll show off some of our
Yeah,
products.
of course, and of course
So
calendars. Yeah.
this is one of our water bottles. It's a very good product. It's got some bling around it. I'm not a bling girl, but I do like the diamond look. And yeah, it's my water bottle that I use. We do have these in the store. I'm quite honestly can't remember the price at the top of my head. I'll get you that in a quick
Can we
second.
go there right now?
Yeah.
Go look.
So, we have a lot of products. We have t-shirts, we have calendars, obviously. I do have to say though, our calendar stock for the year of 2024 is very low. So if anybody is interested or wants a calendar, whether it be a wall calendar or a desk calendar, our supply is almost out. So it's a good time to make sure that you have it, uh, the calendar for the rest of the year. One of the big questions that we do get is, it's almost May per se. Why would I want a calendar if it's already May? Well, every single day has anywhere from 3 to 12 days, some even more. So there are a lot of celebrations from the calendar left on the wall calendar. And so you have a half a year of celebrating something every single day.
Yes, and but one of the things I want to talk about is the value of being a celebration ambassador. So I've been an ambassador since 2015. In 2020, I reached out to Amy asking if they do have an ambassador program. So basically, you want to post, I want to say, like on the low end, maybe 2 to 5 times a week. And you have to have a social media presence. And there is a
Yes.
link on the website where you could actually apply to be a celebration ambassador. So let's talk about the value of that.
Well, the value of a celebration ambassador, it all depends on the applicant. There's a lot of things that you can do, but the one thing that we encourage the most is to use National Day Calendar to build your own brand, your own presence. If you have a lot of followers, if you have a small business or a large business, becoming an ambassador actually will help boost that for you. It's really simple. The application is very simple. It asks standard questions. One of the things we do ask, though, is that we do ask you to share your social media with us. And the reason we ask that is to see how you're already celebrating. If you're doing anything for celebration. Once you are an ambassador, you have the leeway to celebrate any days that you like. We just ask that at least a minimum for 3 to 5 times a week. That could be through creating your own posts or, attending a local event that celebrates a specific day, like National Coffee Day. Um, it could also include you hosting an event or making some food. For instance,
Can you adjust your volume a little bit? I'm getting low volume.
is that better?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So, I mean, becoming an ambassador has a lot of fun perks to it. But first and foremost, I think the most important thing is that it does boost the person who is the ambassador, it boosts their following, their intention, their goals.
And it's a good way to collaborate. Just a couple weeks ago, I did a brunch month and National Beer Day, and we collaborated with the local restaurant, the Good Restaurant and Experience, and they are donating. Actually, it was just supposed to be a 4-hour thing, but they donated the whole entire day, and I think part of the next day, 20% back to the Surfrider Foundation. So that's a really good way that you could collaborate. And as a matter of fact, just in a couple days, it is North Dakota Day, and it's also Garlic Day. So the gentleman I had on the podcast today, him and his business partner, his brother, they opened up a business about 45 minutes outside of Denver, Colorado, and it's called the Bucket List Tavern. So
that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you're going to be taking a road trip there soon.
I will. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I told him based on the National Day, well, not road trip, I'll be taking a flight, but I'm going to start collaborating with him, not just for National Bucket List Day, which they're going to have all these wing specials. Every Wednesday they have wing specials. And so now they're going to double celebrate.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah.
One thing I want to mention, something that we try to do for our ambassadors is get them involved with things in their area, like events. For instance, last year you represented us at VW Day, Volkswagen Bus Day, and you went to the event. You had a great time, met some cool people. And I think that's just one of the fun little perks that ambassadors can have.
Yes.
So if you could tell us a little bit about your experience, then it might give a better idea.
How would I even say that? Wow. I want to say it's the most amazing experience, and I'll kind of backtrack a little bit. So I use National Day Calendar, like I said, to leverage. But when I first came across it, I'm like, wow, this is a way for me to send a gift, not just for someone's birthday or half birthday, but it's a way to recognize my clients, my prospects, or my friends based on the National Day. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So, I mean, there's just so many different things you can do. I mean, you said about it might be too late to get the calendar, but there's still all these days all the way until the end of December. Yeah, that we could celebrate.
That's something I think that people should realize, that we have a lot of days left to celebrate. So investing in the calendar, even if there's only 7 months left of the year, 6 months left of the year, it's still a great investment.
Yes, definitely. And anything else you'd like to add? It's kind of a short podcast today, because what do we got going on Friday? Well, for me,
for you're hitting the air again. So this year, Cindy decided that part of her bucket list celebration for National Bucket List Day was to coordinate a trip to Cancun. So I am not leaving Friday, but my daughter and I are going to Cancun. I'm going partially as a representative for National Day Calendar, but mostly as a representative for Amy Needs a Break. It's an exciting time for everybody. We really don't know each other than through you. So it's going to be about making some connections, exploring, having some fun, and celebrating National Bucket List Day with you.
And last year we had 8. This year we have 25.
Yes,
So
yes,
it's just getting bigger and bigger. And so some of the things that we're doing a Mayan ruins on Tuesday. So we're actually doing 2 Mayan ruins, and then we're
Yep.
doing a cenote swim. So cenote is kind of like a natural, like water hole, kind of to speak.
yes,
It's really, really amazing. And literally both of our bucket lists.
yes,
And then the next day, on National Bucket List Day on the 24th, we're going to venture out to Isla de Mujeres. So it's one of the oldest beach areas there in the area of Cancun. If you have not been to Isla Mujeres, it's definitely something for your bucket list. And we have snorkel catamaran. We have host bar, so they're getting us all these drinks, and there's a buffet and all that. But the key is you can't have too many drinks before you get to the beach.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Have to
Yes.
maintain. One thing that I am seriously looking forward to is the Mayan ruins. That has been on my personal little bucket list since I was
Yes.
a child. I have always been fascinated with the culture and what happened, and so for me it's a big thing that I'm really looking forward to celebrating. um this is a once in a lifetime trip for me. I've never been to Mexico, so when you offered and we discussed, what should we do, I was a little apprehensive. You know me, I have to think everything through.
Not
Um,
a problem.
but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, and I think this trip for everybody is gonna be a great way for other people next year to get involved, because we're not gonna disclose what we talked about for next year. I mean, but we're gonna do something again next year and every year.
Well,
So,
we can announce what we're doing for next year.
okay, then it's your announcement. It's your day.
Yeah, so next year we're actually celebrating in Las Vegas, baby. Woohoo! Where we
Yes.
had our original proclamation from the mayor of Las Vegas. So that's going to be really amazing. And we will be staying at the Circa Hotel, which is one of Las Vegas's adult only resorts. So
Yes.
really amazing. So we'll be right downtown Fremont.
And it's a
Amy
beautiful
and I love
hotel.
downtown Fremont. So it's
Yes.
really amazing.
Yes.
And
But
then later
for
in the year, my big 60th birthday, guys. Woo! So we will be hanging out in beautiful Seattle. We're going to be doing all kinds of really cool little things.
Yep.
And I'm probably going to stay a couple extra days because I believe 3 days after the actual plan for the trip is Seafair. So Seafair is a worldwide event. A lot of people from all over the world know about it. It's one of the most amazing air shows on the planet. Just absolutely.
Nice.
They even have like
Yeah.
a pirate show and all kinds of stuff. So there's only like 3 of us that are aviation geeks, and everybody
Okay.
else can go home. And we'll create those memories at the beginning of the week. But yeah, that's what we got going on for next year. And also a Virgin cruise. Virgin is one of the all adult cruise lines.
Yes.
And so I'm not going to do it for my birthday, but sometime during the year, I'm planning to do a Virgin cruise to kind of check off the 60th year around the sun.
That would be awesome. It sounds like a great celebration.
Yes.
Probably are going to be joining you in Seattle. My dad was born in Seattle, so and
Okay.
he grew up there. I haven't been to Seattle in years, but it's going to be a fun time.
And another reason I picked that, Anthony Bourdain.
The salmon?
Well, yeah, the salmon, the Pike Place foodie tour. Yes, Anthony Bourdain spent quite a bit of time there. So yeah, that's
Okay.
because I was trying to decide between that and actually Mexico City, because
Uh-huh.
I was at a travel agent conference a few weeks ago, and there's a gentleman who lives in New York. He lives in Mexico City, and I forget what the third city he lives in, but he lives in 3 different cities where he just kind of goes around. He does foodie events, he does foodie festivals, and all that stuff.
Yeah, so why don't you tell everybody a little bit of history about the Bourdain inspiration for people who have never watched any of your podcasts before?
So Anthony Bourdain was a chef, just like myself, and then he ventured out and he started doing TV shows where he would spend a lot of time around the world in the United States, and mostly Asia was his biggest spot, and also in Baja, which I actually was just there about a month ago. I did an Anthony Bourdain taco crawl on a 4-day cruise that I was on. So every year on June 24th is hashtag Bourdain Day. It's not an official day through National Day Calendar, but it is a day that was created by a French chef and a Spanish chef, which
Okay.
was really good friends with Anthony Bourdain. So that's kind of where the whole Bourdain Day thing started.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome that you found inspiration. But he was, I guess, in our conversations we've had, he actually was an inspiration to you long before the National Bourdain Day that is unofficial so far.
Yes, he actually is the one who inspired me to start a podcast. He's the one who
Okay.
inspired me to want to be a travel agent because all the things that he was doing. And as a regular consumer, I'm paying more money than I am as a travel agent, or
Okay.
just someone who's going to get more discounts and help people create those lifelong memories. And
Yeah.
what I want to get across to everyone, and I talk about this almost on every show, you don't have to take a $3,000 vacation. You could take something in your backyard. I just was on a boat with one of my friends from Seattle. She came out last weekend and we celebrated National Dolphin Day, and it was $37.
Yeah.
So we have
Yep.
the day we're born, the day we pass away. Key is to live that dash and live that in between time.
Yep. I
There's things
agree.
you could do under $100 easily.
There's a lot of things you can do under $50. I mean, knocking things off a bucket list or a wish list doesn't always call for a lot of money to be invested, and I guess the important thing I want to get across about you and this Cancun trip is that you are an expert anyways at finding deals for people
Thank you.
with travel. And I think as this trip comes to an end for me, I'm going to be impressed. I know I'm going to be impressed because I can see the work that you're putting in to make sure
Thank
that
you.
we have so much to do.
Yeah, thank you so much. Anything you like to add about anything coming up with National Day Calendar?
Well, National Day Calendar is always really busy. We have some really fun things coming up. No announcements yet, but I think people are going to be pretty surprised at the things we pull out of our hat. We do have Marlo has another project with his co-host Latoya, Destination Celebration. You can find it on YouTube. There's short little
Yes,
snippets about celebrating days. Give them a shout out, give them a like because it is a pretty cool program.
definitely.
And they have good chemistry. Of course, we're always adding new days to the calendar. The radio station is doing really well. We have a radio station. It's the National Day Radio. You can find it in the store. It is free. You can also find it in our app or in our website. Yeah, I think things are moving along really well.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, did you see what I posted a couple days ago for National Guitar Month and also music therapy?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
So one of my agents, his son plays in this band. It's a Hall Notes tribute band, and they came.
Yes, now I remember. Yeah.
Yes. So we did a separate video that was just about 3 or 4 minutes long that talked about music therapy, specific just to that.
Yeah.
So if you're good
And
with video, this is National Day Calendar is just a really good tool to.
Yeah, and it's a good way to spread awareness about things like music therapy.
Yes, exactly.
You figure out what your niche is.
So really quick before we cut off the show here, so we're talking about International VW Bus Day because I kind of went into my story. So International VW Bus Day, the reason that it was so powerful for me is because I actually had a 71 VW Beetle.
Oh,
The mid 80s. That was my very first car. And I
okay.
had the opportunity to interview the president of VW of America. That was so amazing. So
Yeah.
thank you. If I was an ambassador, I probably wouldn't have had that opportunity.
Well, we appreciated you setting your day aside because it was an all-day event, and attending for us and giving us some photos and some insight about what was going on. It was iffy on whether or not Marlo was going to be able to show up, but you really stepped up. And I just want ambassadors, current ambassadors and future ambassadors to know that we can arrange stuff like this if you're interested in your area. It's a perk to becoming an ambassador. So give me a shout out if you're interested, and we'll see what we can make happen.
So this is Loretta McNary. I actually told you about her earlier. Yes, I was on her show today. So kind of tell her really quickly again about the ambassador program, especially with someone with such experience as she is. She's really big into the media, and she's been
Okay.
doing really well. And last year she did a interview with the director of Ally Bank. So it was a really amazing interview. So kind of tell her how that would benefit her.
Well, becoming a National Day Calendar ambassador, we call them celebration ambassadors now. Basically, it could help boost your brand, help you network, help you grow your business if you have a business, because utilizing the national days is something easy and fun. So, the best thing to do, I think, is once you are approved, is start to ask questions. We're going to begin hooking ambassadors up with people like Cindy because we consider her to be one of our most active ambassadors. And she brings a lot of wealth to us as far as new followers, sharing content. Um, so, becoming an ambassador, I think, is beneficial to anybody who's looking to grow their brand in general.
Definitely. Okay, we're going to close out and do shout outs to your TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah. So if you want to follow us on Facebook, it's National Day Calendar. Um, we're on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We are more active on Instagram and Facebook. Our TikToks are getting better. Chris and Jordan are really producing some pretty funny content. You can
Yeah.
also find us on LinkedIn.
Okay, and shout out to your shop.
Shout out to the entire store. Check out our product. It's fun, it's unique, it's very inexpensive. I guarantee you there's going to be a gift in there for somebody. If not for somebody, at least for yourself. And calendars are running out of stock for the year, so you better grab one if you want one. Because
And
once they're gone,
actually,
they're
she's
gone.
going to get a free calendar on me. So I'm going to work on getting
Nice.
that out to her tomorrow for
Nice.
having me on her show. So
Okay.
and I will connect you guys as well on social media.
Yes, please do that.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And if you just hang tight, I'm going to close out. I'm going to put you in a green room for right now.
Okay.
So there you go, guys. Make sure that you check out nationaldaycalendar.com. Also shop. That's nationaldaycalendar.com/shop. Amazing t-shirts, very limited calendars, of course. You definitely have to try the sock section. Absolutely amazing. So this is Cindy over at Bucket List Coach Web Show Live. Celebrate National Bucket List Day, guys. A week from today, go to nationalbucketlistday.com. And remember, think of 5 people every single day that you're going to express gratitude. See you soon.